Hi there, you're with Lisa-Skye and Jeremy Shub.
Hi.
Hi, what's on your mind, friend?
I am very excited about counselling for queer folks.
Go on.
So I work as a counsellor and I'm queer identified and I work with a lot of queer people, and I think that queer services for queer people are really important because queer people have their own individual little needs.
Heck yeah.
Apart from millennials, most people my age or your age, maybe we're the same age.
I'm 37.
I'm
Or 38.
21. Internalised homophobia.
Yes.
So we tend to grow up in a culture where there's discrimination and stigma against doing anything that is not heteronormative. And so there's often a lot of shame and punishment within us and from without us. And being in an environment with someone who can normalise and affirm and celebrate our queerness and our little individual snowflakeness is magical.
Heck yeah. Well, there's such a need for it. I mean, I'm so lucky I have a GP who's trans, and so they get my non-binariness. They're not trying to put me in, you know, a box if I have like gender dysmorphia or anything. They're not like, well, oh, do you want to become this? Clinics that specialise in queer therapy that are totally overbooked. There's such a need for it.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
More services would be a wonderful thing. What I do, I work with people one-to-one and groups and couples, and it's so wonderful when someone can show up and sit down and tell their story and not be pathologised for being queer. Instead, it's like, I'm anxious or depressed because I'm anxious and depressed, rather than that needs to, my queer identity needs to change. It can be accepted. And that is really, really exciting and affirming and relieving for people who I work with.
I think it also ties into non-normative intimacies across the board. So, say, for example, straight people who are polyamorous. I mean, I've had relationship counselling with someone who'd only dealt with monogamous couples before, and I feel like we were kind of a learning curve.
Again, it is exciting when people show up and they get that the choices they're making of how they relate to others are accepted and fine and good, and then we can talk about what the relationship issues actually are between them as individuals, rather than about having to be monogamous. So
there is, if you're queer identifying, a counsellor out there for you who will understand you without you having to do the homework of going through Labels 101. So just try and find them. Thank you so much, Jeremy Shub. And I'm Lisa-Skye for Bent TV.